Here's what else is happening tonight. President Obama says he is appalled by a ferocious, deadly attack by the Syrian government today on protesters. The worst of the killings was in Hama, Syria's fourth largest city. The violence comes one day before the beginning of the Muslim holy month of Ramadan. Whit Johnson has more on the attack and what Washington plans to do about it.
The echoing crackle of gunfire sparked panic and horror in the streets of Hama. Human rights groups estimate the Syrian government's latest offensive killed at least 80 people today alone in raids across the country, bringing the total death toll to an estimated 1,600 since the uprising began 4 months ago. Lately, Hama has evolved into the new epicenter of opposition to President Bashar al-Assad. Weekly protests here have drawn crowds in the hundreds of thousands, but today were no match for Syrian tanks. What appeared to be a preemptive strike ahead of the Islamic holy month of Ramadan.
This was either an attempt by the regime of Bashar al-Assad to out and out crush this movement, or an attempt to intimidate.
Borzu Doragahi with the Los Angeles Times reports from Lebanon because foreign journalists are banned in Syria.
This was the city, some viewers may remember, that in 1982 was struck extremely hard by Bashar al-Assad's father, who was attempting to crush what he described back then as an Islamic uprising against him.
Today in a statement, President Obama vowed to increase pressure on the Syrian regime and stand with the Syrian people. People who, even as night fell on the besieged city, continued to protest in silence. After a day of violence and bloodshed. Whit Johnson, CBS News, Washington.